But just by this time, your parents were aware that they had a peculiar child.
Well, yeah, you could say that. You could say that, because for one, there were 3 of us, and then only I made it, and I was the first.
Right.
So, yeah, they were bound to say that. Plus, a couple of other historical, whatever, surrounding my birth and everything like that. So, yes, there was a whole lot surrounding my birth that made it sort of easier for them to listen to me.
Right.
Yeah.
Like what kinds of things? Like,
quite a lot of unusual stuff. And crazy enough that while I was growing up, I was the kind of boy who would tell about black magic, about voodoo, about juju. I'd be like, sheesh, the lie. But the entire story surrounding my birth and the entire family is always weird. There's always mystery in it. Yeah. And like there was a story of my mom. She had a traumatic experience, a sexual experience as a teenage girl. She was in a rape incident.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And for some weird reasons, she didn't see her period anymore afterwards.
Right.
And that kept on like that for 3 years or so, till she met my dad. And while they were taking her around herbalists and doctors and pastors and imams, wherever they could go, so she could start bleeding. I mean, a woman needed to see her period before she could get pregnant. Well, it happened that she was already pregnant 5 months in, and there was no blood, nothing. So that was strange, right? I had to kick for her to know that the child was there.
Wow.
Yes. So while everybody was trying to give her medicine to bleed, like literally they were trying to force the abortion without even knowing. They don't even know it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So something like that. There are a lot of strange stories like that.
Yeah.
There was a story where my dad took me to my uncle in a place called Iwaya in Lagos.
Yeah.
I think we call him Baba Waya also.
Right.
And he was a diviner. And my father wanted to see my future, and the old man said he's not allowed to say it, that I'm supposed to choose everything myself, and he must let me choose.
But sorry, because I'm a journalist, my curiosity. So your mom went through this traumatic rape experience, and then you were born after that, yeah? Was there any drama around that? Like,
yeah, there was drama. There was drama. Like, for instance, when most people wonder how I handle matters when I go public, it must have been with my mom, because I remember she said that there's this guy who was always sending the kids on errands. Go to my room, get this. Go to my room, get that. Go to my room, get this. So everybody went on errands for him. So one day he called her, said, "Tai, get me something." So she went in to get it. So he came in with immediately and shut the door. Then turned up the music. Yeah. And then when it was done, she got up immediately. She went straight home. She just went straight home outside and just said, blah, 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 just raped me. So it was hot.
I'm sorry,
I see the hot.
Yes.
Somebody could see it.
Yes.
Yes.
So there was no, because what most rapists do is that then because the girl is silent and ashamed, then, you know, it can now...
That 24 hours, that first 2 days, just...
So she just came out and said, this man raped me.
Immediately, so it became big, it became problematic. The next day he had to come with his parents, they were begging, and then he pretended that she was a virgin, and then he wanted to marry her. It was like, she screamed the hell at him. And so, yeah, she got all that from my dad anyway. And she happens to be my maternal grandfather's... He had a lot of stillbirths. He struggled with stillbirths.
Right.
I think what you rabbi call Abiku also. Yes. So between my grandparents, there were like maybe some 5, 7, 8 children. They just didn't make it back to back to back to back to back to back to back. So until my uncle, with his own plenty mysterious stories. And then my mom was born a twin one time. Okay. Even though Kane didn't stay, she stayed. Right. Immediately, one time she was just born. And she survived. So she was especially loved by her father. Right. And so if you're wondering how a girl could be so outspoken, and so, yes, that's how she got it from. So the man was just doting over his daughter. So he let her say whatever she wanted to say, let her express herself, something like that.
Yeah, and they did the same to you. They allowed you to say whatever you wanted to say.
Yeah, so my mom extended that to me.
Yeah. So something you said that I liked, which is, so you said you have to say, the project has to be the way you want it.
Yes.
And you have to say what you need to say in this project. And, you know, your music has been called a lot of things. Words have been used: spectacular, classes, you know, wholesome, you know, brilliant, genius.
Thank you.
They've said all this words, and these are, it's not even me, this is on the internet. I know. You search Brymo Genius, Brymo Classic, Brymo Spectacular, you'll see it. So there is a consensus about the quality of your music.
Yes.
But what your critics, even those who love you, say is the outside of the music things that are the problem, the things you say. The fights you pick.
The problem is this. People insist that they can separate the art from the artist.
Okay.
And I think it's becoming a malady. It's a problem.
Right.
It can't be separated.
Right.
If somebody truly listens to the things I say in the songs, and they pay attention to the choices I make online, the things I choose to say,
They will see an alignment.
they should be able to see. They should be able to notice that, yes, because the freedom to say some of those things is a lot. And I don't know, man. all I can say is that there's a very, very clear alignment. And if there was someone else who would create the kind of content I'm creating, who then behaves differently from me in public, then we can have this conversation.
Right.
So I rarely meet people who say, well done. Everybody says, stop, stop, stop.
Yeah.
Because they love me.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
So if they love you and they're saying you should stop.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
Those who love you hurt you. Those who hurt you, they free you.
So you think that them asking you to stop will affect the art that you're creating? Like if you followed them.
They think, most people think that if you do not stop, maybe it will affect your relationship with them. Maybe they'll lose you.
Right.
That's why they want you to stop.
Yes.
You've done enough.
Yes.
Everybody knows you're a genius.
Yes.
It's enough. Yes.
So why not listen to them?
Because then, that was why they liked me in the first place. Genius.
Okay, I understand.
Now, if I drop it, I will not be the same person that they liked before.
Okay, let's do a forensic audit. I'm going to take 4 of some of the most, in some people's words, outlandish things that you've said. And then let's now look at it and align it with the art. Yeah? Okay, so when you say, for instance, that Two-Face tried to assault you, and you have that whole incident with Two-Face and his wife, and you deconstruct what they've said. And Two-Face comes out and says, none of these things happened,
He did? Did he?
Well, he came out, he sued you to court now.
For where?
Well, his lawyers wrote you a letter. His lawyers wrote you a letter.
From Lakpere.
We saw the letter.
Ask him for $1 billion.
So in that case, what is the cost there? What is the cost? I don't want to answer the question for you.
There was no cost. There was a connivance on their part. I don't know what it is they were planning. I don't know what they ever planned. But there was connivance because there was no need for that to have happened. The incident with him accusing me of sleeping with his wife. Right in my presence, right in her presence, right in S's presence.
But he said he didn't do it. So one of you is lying now.
Did he tell you that? Did he tell you that he didn't say so? Because while I was tweeting it, he called me too that day.
Right.
As I was tweeting, he called me. He said, who is this? I deleted his number. He called me. I said, who is this? He said, who be this? And he goes, Two-Face. I'm like, bros, don't call me again. And he goes, yo, what's all that about? I didn't say any of that.
Okay.
So you're not the only one he told that he didn't say it. He told me that he didn't say it.
Okay. So.
And let me tell you something else. The letter they wrote me to pay $1 billion, right? I posted it, right? They wrote another one 2 weeks later. Asked me to pay $250 million. Right. So I didn't post that one. I just said, I don't have time for this nonsense. So I just
moved on. Aside. Yeah. But then when you say that, when you chase a line, there was something about a number 7 in Two-Face's song. And he said, and there was Davido, and there was Burna Boy, and that these 3 people are trying to attack you or physically assaulted you or send people to assault you.
In summary, they are chickens. That's why they're walking in packs. That's the point of the story.
But it's difficult for people to believe that. Like, why would they want to assault you? Like, why?
Why would they?
Yes.
You don't know anything about these people?
No, I don't.
You never heard any shit about them? About artists that Burna Boy has assaulted in the past? You never heard?
Okay, maybe there's news about Burna Boy.
You go collect, you go hear, you collect. You know, you hear these songs?
Yes, but what of Two-Face and Davido? We never hear.
You go collect, you go hear, you collect, you go hear. Every track.
And that's music now.
We are what we say we are.
When you now come out on Twitter and on TV and say that you wanted to create art with Simi and you asked to sleep with her first.
I don't go to create art with her.
Okay.
Adekunle came to
me. Yes, Adekunle came
Ross,
to you.
I want to tell you something about the shit you did go for your country. People won't get married. Yeah. They can't take break first. That you can take break. You can't go hustle separately.
Okay.
But now together they hustle. Also can come with me say me can do something with them. I say no. Wife come. I say no. Later I come find out say she do something with Fowls. She I don't go get up. We just married suddenly. They say Fowls. They try to call her. They go baby. I bring down Fowls. Get something. See me and Fowls. Give me and Fowls. And nobody knew that Simi and Adekunle had stuff. All that period. So I now came back by myself
Okay.
To gist everybody about what happened then.
Right.
They're going to say, I did try to ask somebody's wife for collaboration for sex. Nigerians are sick people, man. That's dark. They came to me, first of all. It didn't happen, second of all.
Right.
I came to Giston and said, it happened here or years ago. Then the most worst part is, we're going to get there later.
Okay. No,
Since we can't discuss witchcraft on TV right now.
no, we can't. Go ahead.
I don't have any proof to show you yet.
Right.
So we can't discuss about that yet.
Okay. Does witchcraft involved in this?
Yes, there is a lot of witchcraft involved in how we behave. All of us. Especially couples. Now, there was a gist I was listening to one time. Will Smith was saying that it's not your duty to make your partner happy.
Yeah.
So you go out and get your happiness. They go out and get their happiness. You now come back home and share the happiness together. Where is the happiness coming from? Whose pockets on the car come from? That's witchcraft. What you're supposed to do, you're supposed to cultivate happiness in your home. And share some of it with the world.
Yeah.
For instance, news breaks say Brymo asks me for sex for collaboration. I'm going to tweet about the show thing. Go buy a car. In the midst of Brymo sex for collaboration, I'm going to boss him in a Benz. Why? Witchcraft.